Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Talk Stories. I'm Joe, and I'm here with Emily, and we're so glad you're here today.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us again. We always love doing this. It's honestly the best part of our week.
So today we're just going to chat about something that came up yesterday. And Emily, you're not going to believe what happened to me.
Oh no, what did you do this time, Joe? Because every time you say that, I know there's a funny story coming.
Okay, so I was at this new coffee shop downtown, right? And I ordered my usual coffee, just a simple black coffee, nothing fancy.
Okay, normal so far.
So the barista asks me, for here or to go? And I completely blanked. I just stood there like a deer in headlights.
Wait, you blanked on that, Joe? That's literally one of the easiest questions ever. How did you mess that up? Seriously.
I know, I know, but for some reason my brain just wasn't working. And I said, I'll take it in, please.
You said take it in? Oh my gosh, Joe, that's hilarious. I can just picture the barista's confused face right now.
Yeah, she looked at me like I was speaking a different language. And then she politely said, so you want to stay here?
That's so awkward, but honestly, I've done similar things, so I can't really judge you too harshly for that one, buddy.
Anyway, that got me thinking about how we use these little expressions all the time, but sometimes they can trip us up, you know?
Oh yeah, totally. Like when you're tired or distracted, even the simplest phrases can just vanish from your brain completely.
Exactly. And I thought it'd be fun to just talk about it naturally today. Not in a boring way, just like we're chatting.
I love that. And honestly, some of these expressions are so common that we don't even think about them until something goes wrong.
Right. And then you're standing there feeling silly, but it's also kind of funny when you think about it later on.
Definitely. And I bet a lot of people listening have had similar moments where their brain just stopped working at the worst time.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? Those moments are totally normal. We all have them, so don't worry if that's happened to you.
Yeah, and actually, Joe, I had something similar happen to me last week. It was so embarrassing, I'm almost too shy to share.
Oh, come on. You have to tell us now, Emily. You can't just leave us hanging like that. Spill it already.
Okay, fine. So I went to pick up some food from this Thai restaurant that I love, and I'd called ahead to order.
Okay, so far so good.
So when I got there, the guy at the counter asked if I wanted to take it out or eat in. Super simple question.
Oh no, please tell me you didn't mess this up too, because if you did, I'm gonna feel so much better about myself.
I totally did, Joe. I said, I'll have it to stay, which doesn't even make sense when you think about it.
Wait, you said to stay? That's amazing, Emily. I thought I was the only one who mixed these things up like that.
I know! And the guy was so nice about it. He just smiled and said, so you want to eat here, yes?
See, this is why I love these conversations, because it reminds us that we're all human, and we all make these silly little mistakes.
Exactly. And honestly, the more you stress about saying things perfectly, the more likely you are to mess up. It's so true.
That's so true. Like, when you're relaxed and not overthinking it, the words just come naturally without any effort at all.
Yeah, but the second you start worrying about it, your brain just freezes and you end up saying something completely random instead.
Oh, absolutely. It's like your brain decides to take a vacation right when you need it most. Super inconvenient timing.
So true. Anyway, I think what we both learned is that these expressions are pretty flexible and people understand you anyway, usually.
Yeah, like even if you say it a little differently, most people can figure out what you mean from the context of the situation.
Exactly. And that's actually kind of reassuring, right? Because it takes the pressure off having to be perfect all the time in conversations.
Definitely. And you know, thinking about it now, I've heard so many different ways people ask the same basic question everywhere.
Oh yeah, some places say for here or to go, other places say dine in or take out, and some say eat in or take away.
Right, and they all basically mean the same thing. It's just different ways of asking if you're staying or leaving. Pretty simple.
Yeah, and depending on where you are, you might hear different versions, but the idea is always the same, so don't worry.
Exactly. Like if you're in a coffee shop, they might say for here or to go. That's probably the most common one.
And if you're at a restaurant, they might say dine in or take out, which sounds a little more formal, I guess.
Yeah, or sometimes they'll just say staying or going, which is super casual and quick, straight to the point, no confusion.
I like that one because it's so simple. You can't really mess it up. It's just one-word answers. Easy peasy.
True, although knowing us, we'd probably still find a way to overthink it and say something weird anyway, let's be honest.
Oh, absolutely, Joe. You and I could complicate a simple yes or no question if we tried hard enough, for sure.
So true. But anyway, I think the fun part is that all these expressions are just about the same basic choice, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just deciding whether you want to eat something or drink something there or take it with you somewhere else.
Right. And once you understand that core idea, you can recognize it no matter how someone phrases the question to you.
Totally. Like, even if someone says it in a way you haven't heard before, you'll still get what they're asking about.
Yeah, context is everything, and that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize until they've been in enough situations.
Definitely. And the more you actually use these expressions in real life, the more natural they start to feel when you say them.
Absolutely. It's all about repetition and practice, but in a natural way, not like studying from a textbook or anything boring like that.
Right, because when you're actually in the moment, ordering food or coffee, your brain connects the words with the action happening.
Exactly, and that's way more powerful than just memorizing phrases without any real context or situation attached to them at all.
Yeah, your brain remembers things better when there's an emotion or experience tied to it. That's just how memory works, I think.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm always going to remember my take it in moment because I felt so silly standing there, you know?
Same with my to stay disaster. I'll never forget that because of how awkward I felt in that moment. It's burned in.
But you know what? Those awkward moments are actually the best teachers because you remember them so clearly afterward, every detail.
That's true. And honestly, I think people should embrace those moments instead of being embarrassed. They're actually really valuable learning experiences.
I agree. And the thing is, most people are really understanding and helpful when you make a little mistake. They're not judging you.
Yeah, especially in casual places like coffee shops or restaurants. People just want to help you get what you need. Nothing complicated.
Exactly. They're not sitting there critiquing your word choices or grammar. They just want to know if you're staying or leaving. Simple.
Right. And once you answer, they move on. It's not a big deal at all. We just make it a big deal in our heads.
So true. We're our own worst critics, and we stress about things that other people don't even notice or care about, honestly.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good reminder for everyone listening. Just relax and don't overthink these everyday conversations. They're easy.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's talk about some real situations where you'd actually use these expressions, just to make it super clear.
Good idea. Okay, so imagine you're at a busy cafe in the morning, grabbing a coffee before work. Super common scenario.
Right, so you order your coffee, and the person behind the counter looks at you and says, for here or to go?
And you just need to decide quickly. Are you going to sit down and drink it there or take it with you?
Exactly. So if you're in a rush, you'd say, to go, please, and they'll put it in a paper cup with a lid.
Or if you have some time and want to sit and relax for a bit, you'd say, for here, please. Super straightforward.
Yeah, and they'll probably give it to you in a ceramic mug if you're staying, so you can sit and enjoy it properly.
Right, and that's basically it. There's no complicated grammar or rules. It's just a simple choice about what you want to do.
Exactly, and the same thing applies to food, like if you're at a pizza place or a burger joint or whatever.
Yeah, they might say, is this for here or to go? Or dine in or take out? And it's the same basic question.
Right, and you just tell them what you prefer, and they'll prepare it accordingly, maybe give you different packaging or whatever.
Yeah, like if you're taking it out, they'll put it in a bag or a box, and if you're eating there, they'll bring it on a plate.
Exactly. So it's really about how you want to receive and enjoy your food or drink. Nothing more complicated than that.
And honestly, once you've done this a few times in real life, it becomes automatic. You don't even think about it anymore.
Oh yeah, it just becomes part of your everyday vocabulary, and you don't stress about which words to use. It just flows naturally.
Totally. And I think that's the beauty of learning through experience instead of just studying rules. It sticks with you better.
Absolutely. And sometimes you'll even hear people say it in different ways, like eating in or taking away.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one too. Especially in certain countries, takeaway is really common instead of take out. Same meaning.
Right. And in some places, people might just say here or away, which is super short and quick, gets the point across.
Yeah, or sometimes they'll just assume and ask, taking this with you, if they think you're in a hurry or something.
Exactly. And in that case, you can just say yes or no, I'm staying, and they'll understand perfectly fine.
See, this is what I mean about context. People adapt their language based on the situation, and you pick up on that naturally.
Yeah, and the more you expose yourself to these real conversations, the more variations you'll hear and understand over time, completely.
Definitely. And you'll start to notice patterns, like certain places always use certain phrases, and you'll get familiar with them quickly.
Exactly. Like fast food places might be more likely to say for here or to go, while nicer restaurants say dine in or take out.
Yeah, there's a slight difference in formality, but they're all asking the same thing, so don't let it confuse you at all.
Right. And honestly, if you're ever unsure, you can always just say, I'm eating here or I'm taking it with me. Super clear.
Yeah, that works perfectly, and it's so simple that there's no way anyone could misunderstand what you mean. Totally foolproof method.
Exactly. And I think the key takeaway here is just to not overthink these little everyday interactions too much.
Absolutely. They're meant to be quick and easy, not stressful, so just say what feels natural and people will understand you fine.
Yeah, and even if you say something a little unusual, like I did with take it in, people will just ask for clarification politely.
Right, and then you correct it and life goes on. It's not the end of the world. We all make little slips sometimes.
Exactly. And actually, those moments can be kind of funny and humanizing. They remind us that communication is imperfect, and that's okay.
Yeah, and I think that people appreciate authenticity more than perfection anyway, so don't worry about being perfect all the time. Just be real.
I love that, Emily, and I think that's such an important mindset to have, not just with language, but with life in general.
Definitely. And thinking about this more, I'm realizing how many times a day we actually make this choice without thinking. Oh yeah, it happens all the time. Whether it's coffee, lunch, a snack, we're constantly deciding to stay or leave somewhere.
Right, and in each situation, we might use slightly different words, but the core decision is always the same: stay or leave.
Exactly. And I think that's why these expressions are so useful, because they apply to so many different everyday situations we encounter.
Yeah, once you're comfortable with them, they make life easier. You can order food and drinks confidently without hesitation or stress.
Absolutely. And confidence is key, because when you sound confident, even if you make a small mistake, people still understand you clearly.
That's so true. And confidence comes from practice and experience, so the more you actually use these expressions, the better you'll feel.
Yeah, and you don't need to practice in a formal way. Just live your life. Order coffee, get lunch, and it'll come naturally.
Exactly. And before you know it, you'll be the one helping someone else who's standing there looking confused at the counter. Full circle.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's like paying it forward. You remember what it felt like to be unsure, so you help others.
Yeah, and that's such a nice feeling, being able to support someone else because you've been in their shoes before. It's really special.
Definitely. And I think that's what community is all about, helping each other through these little everyday challenges with kindness and patience.
Absolutely. And language is such a big part of that. It connects us and allows us to share experiences and support each other.
Yeah, and when you think about it, something as simple as ordering coffee is actually a small moment of human connection, kind of beautiful.
I never thought about it that way, but you're totally right, Joe. It's a little interaction that can brighten someone's day sometimes.
Exactly. And if you approach it with a smile and a relaxed attitude, even if your words aren't perfect, people respond positively.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people just want to feel seen and respected, and that comes through in how you communicate.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great note to end on. It's not just about the words, it's about the intention behind them.
I love that, Emily. And I think that's such an important mindset to have, not just with language, but with life in general.
Definitely. And thinking about this more, I'm realizing how many times a day we actually make this choice without thinking. Oh yeah, it happens all the time. Whether it's coffee, lunch, a snack, we're constantly deciding to stay or leave somewhere.
Right. And in each situation, we might use slightly different words, but the core decision is always the same: stay or leave.
Exactly. And I think that's why these expressions are so useful, because they apply to so many different everyday situations we encounter.
Yeah, once you're comfortable with them, they make life easier. You can order food and drinks confidently without hesitation or stress.
Absolutely. And confidence is key, because when you sound confident, even if you make a small mistake, people still understand you clearly.
That's so true. And confidence comes from practice and experience. So the more you actually use these expressions, the better you'll feel.
Yeah, and you don't need to practice in a formal way. Just live your life. Order coffee, get lunch, and it'll come naturally.
Exactly. And before you know it, you'll be the one helping someone else who's standing there looking confused at the counter. Full circle.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's like paying it forward. You remember what it felt like to be unsure, so you help others.
Yeah, and that's such a nice feeling, being able to support someone else because you've been in their shoes before. It's really special.
Definitely. And I think that's what community is all about, helping each other through these little everyday challenges with kindness and patience.
Absolutely. And language is such a big part of that. It connects us and allows us to share experiences and support each other.
Yeah, and when you think about it, something as simple as ordering coffee is actually a small moment of human connection, kind of beautiful.
I never thought about it that way, but you're totally right, Joe. It's a little interaction that can brighten someone's day sometimes.
Exactly. And if you approach it with a smile and a relaxed attitude, even if your words aren't perfect, people respond positively.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people just want to feel seen and respected, and that comes through in how you communicate.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great note to end on. It's not just about the words, it's about the intention behind them.
I love that. And honestly, I think this has been such a fun conversation. I've enjoyed just chatting about this with you today.
Same here, Emily, and I hope everyone listening found this helpful, or at least entertaining, maybe both if we're lucky today.
Yeah, and remember, next time you're ordering food or coffee, just relax, say what feels right, and trust that people will understand you.
Exactly. And if you mess up like Emily and I did, just laugh it off. It's really not a big deal at all.
Right, and those little mistakes are what make life interesting and give us funny stories to share later on with friends and family.
So true. And honestly, I wouldn't trade my awkward take-it-in moment for anything. It's a great story now, looking back.
Same with my to stay disaster. It's become one of my favorite stories to tell when I want to make people laugh, honestly.
See? There you go. Proof that mistakes can actually be gifts in disguise. They teach us and entertain us at the same time.
Absolutely, and I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. So don't be afraid to mess up. Everyone does it.
Exactly. And on that note, we should probably wrap up, but thank you so much to everyone who's been listening to us ramble today.
Yeah, seriously, we appreciate you spending this time with us. It means a lot, and we hope you got something out of this conversation.
And if you enjoyed this, come back anytime. We're always here having these random, fun conversations about everyday life and language together.
Absolutely. And until next time, just remember to be kind to yourself, relax, and enjoy the little moments, like ordering your morning coffee.
Perfect, Emily. I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, everyone, take care, and we'll see you next time on Real Talk Stories.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's been a blast as always. See you soon.